Hi there, welcome to a very wet, windy and cold Melbourne. We very quickly decided to jump on the tram system that they have here in the centre of the city and got onto the City Circle tram, which enabled us to have a good view all the way around the city and help us get our bearings and help us to work out what we were going to do for the day.
We're in the Melbourne State Library and I'm just about to walk into the central reading room. Prepare for a feast for your eyes. We are just about to come into Melbourne Central, the heart of the shopping area.
The central part of the mall is named Shot Tower Square. It has a huge marionette watch famous for its rendition of Waltzing Matilda every hour. There are over 300 retailers in a completely covered area. Shot Tower Square is completely covered by a huge glass cone designed and built in the 1980s by a Japanese artist called Kisho Kurokawa. It's a great place to shop, especially on a rainy day.
Next we took ourselves down to the famous laneways, well renowned for coffee, good food and lots of graffiti. We stopped off at Hosier Lane and we're going to look at some of the others, but the rain was quite heavy at that time.
Here we are, sitting in our hotel, looking out on another rainy day in Melbourne.
Well, in spite of the rain, we're going to Phillip Island to see the penguins, and on the way we're going to stop off at the Moonlit Animal Sanctuary.
It's a sanctuary for orphaned and injured animals. They do a fantastic job in helping them recover from whatever injuries they may have. Some go back into the wild, but some unfortunately just wouldn't be able to survive anymore, so they tend to stay here for life. But they do a lovely job. It's a lovely big space for them to exist in as well, which is great.
Moving?
Yeah, it's very unusual. Yeah, I think the eucalyptus might have fermented.
Yeah. They pretty lucky because they sleep twin.
Koala in the indigenous language means no food, no water. The other interesting thing is for years we called them koala bears, but of course they're not bears, they're marsupials. So this is a no food, no water animal. This is the hairy-nosed wombat. He really is rather special.
capital penguin colony in the world. And the Penguin Parade Visitor Centre is really superb. From the boardwalk, we saw these amazing little birds waddle home from the sea to their burrows in the hills around us. Unfortunately, the weather was very inclement when we were there, but it still was a very special experience.
Queen Victoria Market is a major landmark in the Melbourne Central Business District. It's huge, covers over 7 hectares and is the largest open-air market in the Southern Hemisphere. The market has been the heart and soul of Melbourne for over 140 years. There are over 600 small businesses covering amazing food and drinks and unique handmade crafts. There's clothing and even souvenir shops. It's definitely worth a visit.
We're just across the road from the National Museum of Art, and we walked straight into the Botanical Gardens, which look absolutely stunning. So this is the entrance area now. They look quite beautiful from here. Let's see how we go.
Botanic Gardens are 170 years old and much loved. It's not surprising, they are really beautiful. Over 38 hectares with more than 8,500 species of plants from around the world. Diverse collections including camellias, rainforest flora, cacti, succulents, roses, perennials and cycads. It's a beautiful place, one of the best gardens that we've been to anywhere, and right in the heart of the city.
Close to this little waterfall.
Next we went to the main cultural area of the city, south of the river, just behind the iconic Flinders railway station. This area has the highest concentration of arts, culture and creative organisations in the whole world. We went to the Australian Music Vault. It's a free exhibition showcasing the Australian contemporary music story. It's great, interactive and has loads of rock memorabilia to see. We had a great lunch there as well. We then moved on to the Arts Centre, a very popular performing arts theatre. The walkway to the National Gallery of Victoria doubles up as a day market. And next door to us is the National Gallery of Victoria, the NGV. It's now based on 2 sites. The original was established in 1861 and houses internationally recognised art from around the world. For example, Rodin's first casting of The Kiss.
this digital world, nothing amazes me anymore at all. On my left here, we've even got digital birds.
In Federation Square, over the other side of the road, is the Ian Potter Centre, which houses the other half of the NGV. Set in a stunning building, it concentrates on contemporary art. There is also the Aboriginal Cultural Centre, the Koori Heritage Trust, that houses important cultural art work from the First Nation people. There's a lot of cafes, restaurants, so plenty of opportunity to get refreshments.
Here we go, Melbourne day 3, and it's not raining. How fantastic is that? Today we're going to cross over the river and have a look at South Bank and see what we can find around here. Anyway, I'll just give you a quick view of the north of the river before we start our journeys today. See that very tall tower? Hopefully we'll climb to the top of that and get a prime view of the whole city centre itself. Australia prides itself on its sporting prowess around the world and also here in Australia itself. But the great thing about Australian sport is it's incredibly inclusive. And now we're just looking at an exhibition and a celebration today of sport and inclusion for people with disabilities. It's just opening up now, but it shows how inclusive the country really is. It's a bit early in the morning still. I think everything seems to open up here about 10 o'clock, so we'll just have a little wander before we indulge in a nice coffee and maybe a Portuguese tart or something like that. This is the South Wharf Promenade. Huge convention centre here with loads of things going on all the time. Loads of restaurants and things like that. And you've got these lovely juxtapositions of ages of buildings. In the foreground, you've got a lovely old tall ship with the Boat Builders Yard restaurant and cafe, which is actually lovely. And then tucked behind it, you've got this massive array of modern buildings, and it really works well. Melbourne is famous for its coffee, and we've just had a lovely couple of coffees and pan chocolat here in the Boat Builders Yard. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, it meets the requirements of really good coffee. Excellent. Another long view down the river here alongside the Boat Builders Yard, up to the tallest building in Melbourne there, which hopefully we'll be climbing up later on and going to have a look at the viewing platforms, which should be quite interesting and hopefully quite exciting. Here we are at Melbourneskydeck. We're going to go right to the very top and go to the observation tower at the top and have a good view of the city. Exciting stuff.
Oh, yeah, we'll find it.
It's just stunning, isn't it? Oh, we're a long way up. Look at it all the way down there.
Skydeck gives you a 360-degree bird's-eye view of Melbourne. It's apparently the Southern Hemisphere's highest observation deck on 88 floors. We're nearly 300 metres high and have the chance whilst here to experience state-of-the-art virtual and augmented reality technology. Check out Shirley a little bit later on. What Skydeck does do is showcase Melbourne, the capital city of Victoria, to be the vibrant city it really is. It's a magnificent place and there is so much here going on. It's been crowned the world's most livable city for 7 years in a row. It's a cultural melting pot. It's stunning architecture and has a vibrant cultural scene, great sport and just about everything else you could ask for. And of course the coffee. We're off to touring the Great Ocean Road next. Thanks ever so much for watching our trip to Melbourne. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please subscribe. It'd be most welcome. Thanks very much for watching. We'll leave you on a high.